should pay everybody? Is it a reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's what it's for. You just got it.
Deep debt, and that is the finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered Mayor Tiffany.
If you think your local government is chaotic, you haven't seen anything like the political storm brewing in Dalton, Illinois. This once quiet village has transformed into the epicenter of an ongoing political drama that could rival any reality TV series starring none other than Mayor Tiffany Henyard. The clash between her and the Board of Trustees has escalated into a full-blown spectacle, dominating headlines and keeping the entire town on edge. Just when it seems the drama can't possibly get any crazier, it only seems to grow more intense. By the day,
the judge today declining to hold her in contempt, but did warn her that if she did not follow the ruling.
But here's the real kicker. Mayor Henyard isn't your typical politician. No, she's a self-styled powerhouse, calling the shots and running Dalton her way. Her approach to leadership? Nothing short of explosive. From constant clashes with the Board of Trustees to igniting legal battles, her time in office has sparked serious questions about her intentions and authority. And let's not forget the court orders and restraining orders hanging over her head. Like an ominous storm cloud. The wildest part? She acts like they don't even exist, almost as if the rules just don't apply to her. So, buckle up as we dive into the latest jaw-dropping chapter of this political drama that's got the whole town of Dalton watching in disbelief.
But it saddens my heart that you are up here at this special meeting and not downstairs where we have big...
It all came to a head during a chaotic meeting at the Dalton Park District, gathering that quickly spiraled out of control, just like so many others in Dalton recently. Normally, village meetings are predictable and uneventful. A few updates, a little small talk, and then everyone heads home. But when Mayor Henyard's involved, there's no such thing as a dull moment. This time, the trustees made a bold decision. They moved the village board meeting to the Park District instead of the cramped village hall. Why? To make room for more residents to attend. And trust us, the people of Dalton are paying attention. With tensions between the mayor and the trustees at an all-time high, more locals are showing up, eager to witness the spectacle firsthand.
Would make a one-day purchase of over $40,000 to Amazon. And the main thing is...
Toot hates. But Henyard wasn't backing down. Instead of joining the trustees at the Park District, she pulled off a bold power play, holding her own meeting back at Village Hall. "This is the real meeting," she declared to a small group, dismissing the official session at the Park District as nothing but a farce. The tension was palpable as she publicly thanked her two loyal trustees, Andrew Holmes and Stan Brown, for sticking by her side, while the rest of the board was nowhere in sight. For months, Henyard has been locked in an unyielding battle with the trustees, and she seemed more determined than ever to hold on to power, even if it meant defying every rule. But here's the catch. She didn't have enough people for a quorum, so her meeting had to be canceled. Not that it stopped her. She still made it a spectacle, reminding everyone, "I'm the mayor," positioning herself as the one in charge, no matter who actually showed up. It felt like something straight out of a political soap opera. Power moves, drama, and a constant cycle of tension and chaos.
So that's one of the reasons I vote no when we go through our board packets. It's like, some of this stuff, it's like you don't know exactly what it's for, and then when you ask the question, is no.
Now, let's talk about why this feud is such a big deal. One of the most contentious issues? Mayor Henyard's controversial decision to appoint a new village manager, village attorney, and police chief, without any consent from the trustees. Yep, you heard that correctly. She's been making major leadership decisions entirely on her own, completely bypassing the board's authority. And that's where things take a turn for the worse. Last month, a Cook County judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking Henyard from making these appointments without trustee approval. But of course, Henyard has been playing fast and loose with the law, almost daring the legal system to intervene. Judge Sadia Wilson already warned that her continued defiance could lead to serious consequences. And yet, Henyard doesn't seem fazed at all. To make matters even more bizarre, despite the judge's explicit prohibition, some of the individuals she tried to appoint have been spotted at Village Hall. Michael Smith, for instance, one of the individuals she attempted to hire in violation of the restraining order, has been seen making appearances at Village Hall. This raises a lot of questions about who is actually calling the shots in Dolton and why these blocked individuals are still hanging around. But wait, there's more. Former employees, such as William Moore, who was officially laid off, are still showing up at the office every day. Even stranger, a former official who now works full-time in a neighboring township continues to frequent Dolton's village offices. Why? What role does he play in Henyard's ongoing political maneuvering? Some trustees are starting to suspect that these individuals are helping Henyard circumvent the board's authority, adding yet another layer of suspicion to Dolton's already chaotic political environment. And if that wasn't enough, Henyard's financial decisions are now coming under intense scrutiny. Trustees are accusing her of consolidating power in ways that are not just unethical, but potentially illegal. They're deeply concerned that her unilateral appointments, combined with her reckless spending, are pushing the village further into instability. The situation has escalated to the point where federal investigators are now involved. The FBI is reportedly examining Dolton's finances, and while it's unclear who specifically is under investigation, it's undeniable that Henyard's spending habits have raised serious red flags. The drama surrounding Henyard's leadership is spiraling, out of control, with legal battles, financial scrutiny, and political intrigue stacking up. It's anyone's guess what will happen next, but one thing is certain: the spotlight is firmly on Henyard, and Dolton is in the middle of a political storm. The situation in Dolton is reaching an all-time low, and it's becoming increasingly clear that Mayor Henyard's reign is spiraling out of control. As former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot dug deep into Dolton's finances, the results were staggering. Henyard's $40,000 Amazon shopping spree in a single day? Unbelievable. The general fund being over $3.6 million in the red? That's taxpayer money gone, and people are rightfully furious. Lightfoot's investigation revealed just how badly Henyard had mismanaged funds, and it's clear that the situation is only getting worse as more troubling details come to light. Amid this financial chaos, Henyard's political allies, trustees Stan Brown and Andrew Holmes, are sticking by her side. But the loyalty drama is only adding to the confusion. Brown, who was seen at a trustees' meeting briefly looking like he was switching sides, then popped up back at Henyard's Village Hall meeting. This leaves everyone wondering what his true intentions are. Has he been playing both sides? Or is he genuinely unsure of where he stands? Either way, the trust in Henyard's camp is crumbling. But the real shocker here is the widespread belief that Henyard's actions are criminal. Social media is on fire, with posts accusing her of being an uneducated criminal, who hasn't faced consequences for her blatant disregard for the Orbidu, courts, the trustees, and the village's well-being. The anger is palpable, and residents are not staying silent. The situation in Dolton is verging on insanity, and the people are starting to demand accountability. Despite the mounting pressure, Henyard continues to defy both the trustees and the courts, holding on to power with an iron grip. She has made it clear that she's not stepping down anytime soon, and her defiance shows no signs of letting up. With former employees showing up at Village Hall and individuals who should no longer be involved in village affairs lingering around, it seems like Dolton is in a complete breakdown. The village is at a breaking point, and the question on everyone's mind is whether Henyard will ever face the consequences of her actions. With more legal battles and public scrutiny on the horizon, it's uncertain how much longer she can maintain control. But one thing is for sure. The people of Dolton are watching closely, and they want answers. The tension is building, and it's only a matter of time before something big happens. Will Henyard finally be held accountable? Or will she continue to push her way through the legal system, ignoring all opposition? The stakes are higher than ever, and everyone is wondering if this political drama will ever come to an end. What do you think? Let us know in the comments, because this story is far from over.